One of the biggest lies people tell themselves is this: I will be wealthy if I live in another country. I'm sure you would have heard loads of people say that before. In my part of the world, I have so many friends, family members, and colleagues who say this repeatedly and who have said this in the past. And I'm no shades here. I'm not saying it is wrong. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. Um, but of course, it's part of what we're going to be discussing about today. And if you have that type of mindset, this may be something you'd also need to listen to. I mean, I've met people earning six figures who are broke, and I've also met people with modest incomes building real wealth over time. And of course, this is a finance channel, and strictly what we talk about is everything finance: how to build your wealth, how to know how to save, basically the strategies you can use to avoid being broke, and every other thing pertaining to money, as much simplified as much as we can. Now, today we're going to talk about how to build wealth no matter where you live. Not everybody is going to have the luxury of relocating to another country. In my part of the world, we call it japa. That's like flying out of your country, escaping from whatever is happening. And of course, this is the case also in many African countries. I am an African and a Nigerian by descent. So I'm going to be discussing a few points with you regarding if you are in the category of people who do not have the luxury of leaving the country, how you can build wealth wherever you find yourself. And then even if you've left the country from your own home country to somewhere else and it's looking pretty difficult, there may be one or two points here that can help you. The first point here is wealth starts with your behavior. Wealth is a matter of mindset. This is the reason why many people will make money and still not be able to take care of that money. They just lose the money like in the twinkling of an eye. Many people think wealth starts with money. It doesn't. It actually starts with your habits, right? Of course, discipline being one of them, perseverance being one of them, but I don't want to go down that route, right? Because before income grows, your thinking must grow, your mindset must grow. And that's why sometimes when you get into conversations with your friends or loved ones, or even colleagues or professionals or business owners, you hear things like that guy or that lady has a poor man's mindset or a poor man's mentality. So your thinking must grow. People who become wealthy learn how to spend intentionally. They learn how to delay gratification. It's not everything that you need that is necessary. You know, there's a difference between needing something and wanting something. And one of the best strategies I always talk about in all my videos and my live sessions is learning how to invest, and not just to invest, investing consistently. So you can have a process of building healthy habits or have a process of building unhealthy habits. But part of the healthy habits, financial habits you need to learn is spending intentionally, not just spending at the spur of the moment, delaying gratification for the greater good or for something better in your future, and investing consistently. Now, the next point here I want you to focus on is how to increase your income. This rule applies to any part of the world you are living in. Same with the first point. All the points I'm sharing with you apply to any part of the world that you are living in. So whether you are in an African country, whether you're in the US, the UK, UAE country, whatever it is, these financial basic rules apply. Now, most people focus on cutting expenses. Nothing wrong with that. I also strongly believe in cutting expenses, cutting your clothes according to your size, as they say in my part of the world. But there is a limit to how much you can save. But there's no limit to how much you can earn. Let me take that again. There's a limit to how much you can save, depending on what you have at that point in time in your hands or in your account, or as wealth or as money or as cash or as assets. But there is no limit as to how much you can earn. Is there anything like having too much money? I don't think so, right? Everybody wants more money. Even the rich want more money. What do you need to learn here? Sales, communication, leadership, technology, AI, marketing. These are the things that you need to learn to help you to earn more income. So if you find out that you're good in communicating, you're good in managing money, you're good in technology, you're good in marketing, but you don't know how to sell what should be your products or your services, then that may be a bit of an issue. So the things I need to focus on is how to sell, how to communicate, how to make good financial decisions and financial habits, technology, how to use technology. I mean, the world has evolved so much. It's no more as manual as before. Things happen faster. You can achieve more things now with less. AI has made life easier. You can write scripts, you can find out to your target market or target audience, where to find them. And of course, marketing too has been made easier. You can pay for ads, and in some cases, some people don't need to pay for ads. But generally, systematically learning how to do what we call lead generation for anything that you're selling. Now, the third point here is owning your own assets. In finance, we have what we call the liabilities and we have what we call the assets. Liabilities consistently drain you, they don't have any second-hand value. When you sell them, they depreciate with time. But assets appreciate over time. There are different type of assets. Some appreciate so much over time and some barely appreciate. But an asset, whether it appreciates little or appreciates much, is still better than you acquiring a liability that keeps taking from you and draining from you. But today's session is not about the difference between assets and liabilities. I'll probably have to take that in another video. Now, the thing here I need you to understand is the wealthy own more assets than liabilities. Not that they don't own liabilities, but they own assets that usually also take care of the liabilities. Assets work for you while you sleep. So typical examples of assets are, of course, they are in different variances and classes and different you know different you need some kind of amount of monies to be able to afford some of these assets, but there is no problem with acquiring these assets because you can actually start small. So the example of these assets are stocks, educational trust funds known as ETFs, owning your own businesses or owning partially owning other people's businesses, having your own digital products, real estate. I love real estate so much. So these are examples of assets you can own that can earn while you sleep. They don't stop you from maintaining your 9 to 5 job or any other business it is that takes so much of your attention. They basically don't need too much of energy, so to speak. They just need you to be informed to make the right kind of decision. The fourth point here is time. Time is your biggest advantage. You need to cultivate the habit of starting small. I've heard so many things like, oh, Dr. Ish, I don't have any money. How am I going to save? How am I going to earn millions? How am I going to earn thousands? Where am I starting from? You can just pick one asset. You don't need to own all at once. Just pick one and start small. This works in any part of the world. So start small, start now, and consistency beats being intense. You don't need to rush about it, just start small. So finally, because I don't want this video to be too long, building wealth isn't about where you live. That's something I need you to first of all, take a deep breath and analyze in your mind. You can be rich or wealthy anywhere. Get rid of that mindset that if I don't leave this certain place, I can't be rich. No, that's not true. I'm sure if you do your own research, you find out that you have people actually where you are that are making a lot of money. Find out exactly what it is that they are doing. But I've already shared with you earlier in this video the simple steps you can take, the simple assets you can own by starting small. Over time, they compound and give you good interest. So it's about what you repeatedly do with what you have. Building wealth is all about habits, healthy financial habits. So I'll be happy to get your comments in the comment section. Tell me what you think. If you have any questions or any gray area you want me to explain more about, I'd be happy to do that with you. And I will be seeing you in the next video. Stay safe, start saving, start investing.